We've all been told that owning a home is one of the best investments we can possibly make in our lives. But is that really true? Hi everyone, Avin here, your agent guide, and in today's video, I'm going to say something a little controversial. Owning a home isn't a good investment. And towards the end, we'll talk about why you should do it anyway. So why would I say something so crazy and off the wall when so much of what we're told is that home ownership is the key to our financial success? The statistics prove it. Owning a home is a great way to build generational wealth. So the number one reason that I say owning a home isn't a good investment is because it is your home. And you shouldn't think about it as an investment. In a previous video where I talk about real estate myths, I say basically the exact same thing. It is your home. It's where you share memories. It's where you have friends and family. It's where you do game nights and celebrate birthday parties. It is not an immaterial investment that you're setting aside for your retirement in the future or some future endeavor like owning a business or taking a vacation. So you shouldn't think of your home where you live as an investment. The number two reason why owning a home isn't a good investment is maintenance costs. When you rent, the landlord is responsible to maintain the property, take care of anything that goes wrong, appliances, plumbing, electrical, anything else like that, the roof, the windows. All of those things are the landlord's responsibilities. And when you own a home, they become your responsibility. And a lot of that isn't cheap. Now, you can offset some of that by purchasing, say, a condo where the building maintenance is shared by everyone in the condo. However, everyone in the condo is responsible for it. And if it needs to be done, you can end up with a special assessment, which would be adding the cost of the maintenance, of the repair to your ownership expense of owning a piece of property in that condominium development. The number three reason that I say owning a home isn't a good investment is that the rate of return on home ownership is diminishing over time. Yes, you have a high level of leverage when you purchase a home, and I'll explain that in the why you should do it anyway section coming up, so stay tuned. Owning a home gives you a high amount of leverage. But traditionally, home price appreciation stays around 3 to 4%. The runaway home price appreciation that we saw in 2020, 2021 especially, and then tapering off in 2022 is extremely uncommon. Traditionally, when we look long-term, home ownership typically sits around 3 to 4%. The number four reason in today's video I'm going to highlight as a reason why owning a home isn't a good investment is liquidity. Owning a home ties up your money, and the value that you have is difficult to get access to. It takes time. You have to go through the process of a refinance, applying for a HELOC, or selling the property. And when you do, you're using your home, the place that you live, as security against that loan. So not always a good idea if maybe your job is on shaky ground or anything else, because if something were to go sideways in your withdrawal of the funds, you could end up homeless or forced to sell. So then why should you still own a home? The number one reason I say you should still own a home is it's your home. It's the place that you make your own, where you have your friends over, where you have your family over, where you share tears and laughter and meals and joy. Homes are emotional things that we tie ourselves and our hearts to. And so looking at it as an investment is it's very cold. But you should still do it because it's your home. The number two reason why you should still own a home is stabilizing your housing expenses. It's all over the news right now in 2022, but when you're watching this video in the future, it'll probably still be all over the news. Rents are high and they continue to go up. As property values go up, as interest rates go up, owning a home as an investor is also more expensive, and those expenses get passed on to the tenants. So home price costs generally do not go up as quickly as rents go up. The number 3 reason why you should still own a home is we're learning here in 2022 of the pains of high inflation. But homeownership is typically a hedge against inflation. Just like in number 2 here with stabilized housing costs, with inflation, goods and assets get more expensive, like homes. And traditionally, if we look at it, home price appreciation typically keeps pace with very closely the level of inflation. So the value of your home will typically move up as quickly, if not slightly faster than inflation. There are exceptions. No rule is perfect when it comes to investing, but traditionally, it's a very good hedge against inflation. And then the number 4 reason why, even though owning a home isn't a good investment, you should still do it, is, as I mentioned in the earlier section, leverage. When you purchase a home, you don't have to pay for the whole thing. You can borrow against the value of the home to buy it. You have to put in a percentage, and whatever amount of money you intend to use for your down payment is leveraged. It's multiplied because you get full access to the appreciation in the value of the home. In the long term, your returns begin to slow down because you have to start putting money back into the house. Eventually, you need to buy a roof. Eventually, you'll need to paint the house, replace the windows, replace a door. And over time, those expenses add up and it slows down the effect of that leverage. But even still, home ownership is one of the best ways to provide for your family's future because that leverage also means that as home prices appreciate around you, when it's time to sell the home, you get access to all of that appreciation over time to buy your next home. At this point, you might be thinking, but Avin, I'm never going to be able to buy a home. Home prices are just too high, and I'm not able to save up fast enough to be able to afford one. Well, if you have questions about it, please reach out. I find that typically more people are able to own homes through down payment assistance programs than really think that they can. A lot of people aren't even aware that these programs are available. So if you're in that camp and you're curious, feel free to reach out. I would be more than willing to talk through it with you. Or check out my video over here on down payment assistance programs and what is available for you. As always, thank you for watching and have a great day.